Hey Aries, it's Empress Rose here, and welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we take what works, leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And you can check your other major placements for other storylines, especially if I don't catch yours here, your energy in this one. Check some other placements, see if we caught your vibe someplace else. All right, we're going to start with the Oracle Mystical Moments deck here. We are grateful for the accurate message we are about to receive for Aries. What's the most useful thing for Aries to know this week? Popular card here. Oh, we've got a couple dualities here. Huh. All right, let's start with this one. I love this card. It's one of my favorites. It references a card earlier in the deck called, this one's called My Dear Friend. It references a card earlier in the deck of called The Journey, and it's just starting out on a journey. And here we've been on the journey for a very long time, but it has these two same characters, but they're much, much younger. They're like at a birthday party where she's receiving this as a gift. So there's been somebody in your life for a very long time, or some sort of idea, or some sort of companion. You've grown up together, and maybe not together every single step of the way, but you've definitely been together. Look, she's got another party dress here, but instead of being at a party where everything's lush and beautiful and young, we're sort of in the winter of our lives, or the winter of the relationship, perhaps. And we've been together, if not literally, then at least spiritually, for a very long time. Our minds have grown together. We've grown together. And, you know, we've been through a lot of hard things together, a lot of difficult situations. You know, it wasn't all a party. The party was what started it, but it wasn't all a party the whole time. So this is referencing something that's been in your life for a very long time, been very dear to you, and is very embedded in your mind and in who you are now. Yeah. And we also have this card, duality card. On the one hand, honey. It's called Queen Bee. On the one hand, honey. On the other hand, stingers. So we're dealing with the duality of a looming, usually female figure in your life that is sometimes causes pain and sometimes causes pleasure. So you're dealing with that. This can sometimes be like someone living with someone where you get your housing from them, but you also have to, you know, listen to them be cruel sometimes. It can they can be a little sharpish. But this can also be, you know, it's nurturing, but it's nurturing with a little bit of edge to it. So this can also reference female sexuality. I mean, this card for me I prefer it in a personal reading where the meaning comes up pretty immediately rather than a general reading where we're playing with like 4 million different possibilities. So it can be a looming female figure, looming nurturer, kind of a bitch. I mean, Queen Bee to me references sort of the bitch of high school that thinks she's popular. I was talking about this popular card, and I wanted to say, but not in that sense. That's, you know, the popular kid back then who was actually not popular, but just feared. And that's what passes for popularity in high school oftentimes, is someone who's feared. So that kind of character looks sweet, looks amazing, but actually kind of bitchy, kind of painful. And then we have Miss Sunshine here. We have sort of we've flipped some sort of narrative here. We have sort of some darkness, maybe some confusion, maybe not knowing what we're doing, feeling lost in the dark down here, but things are looking much, much better. Our minds are in a much more positive space. We're in a much more positive space here. And we've got the divine pulling us up into a lighter space, into more positivity, more optimism, a clearer way of thinking, a clearer way of seeing our situation. We may always have this with us. This little bit of depression or confusion in the situation may always sort of haunt the situation, but for now we're able to really see with a lot of clarity as we're heading to a better spot, maybe away from this Queen Bee. I don't know. Has this Queen Bee been with you for a long time? Could be male or female. Doesn't have to be. That's too many. Right. The benefit of these Moonology cards is that they're specific. They're sharp, like a stinger. And they're very specific. So I don't want a whole book. I want 1, 2. All right, Moonology. Oh, did I get too picky? You were like, I gave you 5. I meant 5. Okay, I'll try not to be too picky. That's just what I want. We can negotiate though, right? All right, do we have another one, or is that our only one? Oh my gosh, another popular card. Aries is getting all the popular cards. Okay, fine. I'll take those. New moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins. It could be romantic. It could be any kind of relationship, though. Sometimes these little labels kind of screw me up here and what I'm trying to do. So as far as like a general reading, a specific reading maybe, but a general reading, we're talking about any kind of new relationship cycle. It's going to be fair. It's going to be balanced. Look at this. We're having a lot of balance coming in here. I mean, there is an aspect where this is balancing, where there's this duality or these two sides or this matching mirror image here. So there could be something about that. I mean, they do look so similar as far as like balancing on the one hand and on the other hand. And then this we have something that's flipped, but so to me that means balance, but maybe not to everybody. So we have this new romantic cycle or a new relationship cycle or a renewed relationship. So this doesn't necessarily mean somebody new. This could be somebody coming into your life. This could be somebody new, someone coming into your life, or someone that's been in your life for a really long time, but you're starting a new type of relationship or a new cycle. Relationships kind of cycle between, you know, feeling really close and getting busy and getting preoccupied, and then we cycle back to feeling close, and I feel like that's just a regular rhythm that's present in many relationships. Conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. So this could be something not necessarily going the way you wanted. This could be this is about, like, whatever happens, happens. It's a conclusion. So a conclusion to something is coming in, and it's not necessarily going to be favorable, and it blocks you from going back down that path. See these sort of bars here? They're coming down like a gate, like concluded. This is concluded. We are done with this. And we're not going back there again. So this is about whatever happens, whatever's happening right now is closing a door, and that might be great because some doors need to be closed, you know, and don't let it bump you on the way out, kind of thing. So it could be great. It could be, so conclusions are happening. So something's happening that's sort of going to be irreversible. Once you go through that door, you don't go back again. It's not a cyclical thing. It's a ending or a closure. It's a closure. It's a closure, which is good, which can be good, can be scary too. Then we have new moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. So you may be feeling unlucky. That's why you're getting this card. So I like the images in both of these cards. As far as new moons, new cycles, something's definitely ending. Hopefully it's this confusion. We're shutting the door on that. So something's ending, but we've got two new beginnings. You've got new moon in Sagittarius and a new moon in Libra, new relationships, new projects, new inspiration. So luck is on your side. So that's really funny to me because this one's about like things closing. You can't go back. What concludes now is a door closing irreversibly, right? It's like your veins, like the blood only goes one way, and then the chamber closes, right? Or I can't remember if it's your anyway. Anatomy was never my strong suit. So whatever, the blood's going through, and the chamber closes so that it can't fall. So whatever one brings it back up to your heart after all the oxygen has been used out of it, it's bringing it back up to your heart, back up to your lungs, getting oxygen. I should stop using an anatomy metaphor here. But anyway, it's like so that it doesn't flow back down all the way when during the pumping process, we're closing it. We're closing the valve so it doesn't go back down as gravity would want it to, so it can keep Keep going up to get the oxygen it needs for its new beginning, for its new route through your body, all oxygenated and everything. So this little valve is closing here, but that's so that you can get this blood some new oxygen. And it looks like you're going to have some good luck oxygen and some healthy, balanced relationship oxygen coming in. So that anatomy metaphor didn't go 100% terribly. All right, Aries. This is your past. This is your present. This is your inner landscape. This is what's at issue. This is your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Oh my gosh, another popular card. Unbelievable. This is the Wounded Warrior card. I believe just about every sign has gotten this card. Everybody's feeling a little wounded, and everyone's still got to keep going and fighting. So, oh my gosh, another popular card. You got all the popular cards, girl. All right, past, 7 of Wands. You really had to stand your ground with something. You've had to defend yourself. You've had to defend your ideas. You've had to defend your projects. Some sort of inspired idea that maybe was a little quirky or maybe a little unexpected. You had to stand your ground, and you had to fend off some naysayers and some people coming in to cut you down to size and tell you that this isn't a good idea. You don't know what you're doing. But here you are. You're like, you know what? I know what's in my heart. I know what my intuition is telling me, and I'm going to fight for it. So you did that. You got your 7 of Wands here. You were fighting. You get a little head wound in the fight, and you still have to keep fighting at the end, but we've got a whole little story here in between. So you're fighting for your ideals. You're fighting for what you want, and maybe fighting for some clarity, maybe fighting for something that was inspired to you, something that you really wanted. In your present situation, you have judgment. You have past decisions coming back to be reevaluated. It's Judgment Day, resurrecting from the dead. Things are coming back into your life that you thought maybe were done and gone, and they're here for you to ask some questions of. They're here for you to wonder about, did I make the right decision? And you're having opportunities come into your life right now that are asking you, did you make the right decision? Was defending this worth it? Was it worth it? Did you make the right decision? So you're having some things come back from the past, and you're looking at them and you're thinking about them, and you're evaluating them, and maybe reevaluating some decisions that you've made. This is great. This is how we learn. This is how we learn from our mistakes. If there could be said to be mistakes. They're all learning experiences, so it's not really a mistake. I don't know. Mistakes get a bad rap. They're learning experiences. So you're learning from an experience. This experience has come back. Some decision that you made has come back, and you're going to be learning from it. So what more can we ask of anybody? You only know what you know when you know it. You don't know it before you know it. So everything's a learning experience, and I'm not 100% sure I believe in mistakes anymore. So in your inner landscape, what you're hoping for is this new beginning in love. This new loving beginning. Look, it's the same card. That's so cute. You're hoping for, either a renewal or a new relationship or some sort of new offering, emotional, full of love. You're hoping for that to come in. You're very hopeful for a renewal here. At issue is this 2 of Wands, so we take it in the reverse. So you have sort of left some intuition off to the side here, and you're really not trusting your intuition. In the upright, he's like a general. He's looking at his ships. He's organizing them, and we're going to use that as a supply ship. That's going to be in the front. I want this one bringing up the rear. He's organizing it all. But right here, maybe he's not organizing anything. Maybe he can't see what he has. He's not organizing. He's not thinking about what he has. He's definitely, sometimes this card is really great. It's just like, yeah, okay, your intuition's had its say, and it's time for you to look at what is and see what is, make a plan. But he's not doing that. He may be like, just kind of not making a plan, maybe not seeing what he does have, the resources he does have. You have the resources you have. You may not be seeing them. You may not be acknowledging that they're there. You might be very much ignoring your intuition, very much shutting some sort of inner voice out right now. But instead of planning and looking at what is, you're not even doing that either. There's some sort of lack of planning, lack of organization going on here that's causing an issue for you this week. In your environment, you have the Six of Cups. Cute. You have like, this is also something from the past coming back in this is in your present situation, and this is in your environment. Some sort of past situation, some sort of past peaceful, loving relationship is coming back into your life. This is going to bring you a lot of happiness. You're going to be really in your imagination here, really able to engage in a very innocent, childlike way with somebody from your childhood, somebody from your past. So someone from your childhood is coming into your life right now, coming back into your life, some sort of relationship, something like that coming back in right now. We have this long-term relationship. Well, here they come. And this is what's going on in your environment. It's very sweet. They're very sweet memories, very sweet connection, long-term connection. In fact, I couldn't come up with a better card. I just wish we had the journey card on the other side of this so we could see this sweet pairing. So this looks like siblings to me. Maybe something having to do with siblings, or a sibling like BFF from your childhood. Something really sweet and loving from your childhood and memory or person is in your environment right now, or will be in your environment. Your to-do list is to have some patience. Oh, Aries, really? That's your to-do list? Aries is well known for being full of patience, and yeah, the patience sign is what we call it. So you're being called into patience. I'm surprised we don't have the strength card right here, because that's going to take a lot of strength for you. So, I mean, just stereotypically, depending on what other placements you have and all of that. But Aries patience has never been Aries' well-known strong suit. They don't have a reputation for that. Lots of wonderful things about Aries. I love my Aries people so much. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. You've done so much work, and now it's time for you to wait. You're waiting. You're waiting on something you've been working hard towards, something you've been working for, and you deserve it too. I mean, look at this. There's a bundle of pentacles. You got your little hoe here on your shoulders, and you're waiting for the pentacles to come in. You're just sitting there watching it ripen. I can't imagine that this actually engenders a lot of patience. So maybe try not to just stand around staring at your fruit ripen. I don't think that's going to help, but it's sort of the vibe. Standing around staring at fruit to ripen. And you know you've done a lot of work here. So, and then your possible outcome, I'm not seeing the wound here. Did this Queen Bee wound you? Is that where the wound is coming from? Because now you're a wounded warrior. You're coming into this energy of patience, but maybe the patience takes a lot out of you. And here you are. You're still having to hold your ground. You're still having to stand your ground. Even after all this, here you were fighting, standing your ground. Here you are again, still fighting and standing your ground. Only this time you're tireder, and this time you're a little bit harder, but here you are, you're going to stand your ground. This is what your possible outcome is being a little bit wounded, but still being strong, still holding your ground, still holding on to what's yours, even though somewhere in this process, this thing coming back, this Queen Bee, do you get stung? This door closing, something. Anyway, somehow you end up wounded, but we knew that. I mean, this battle's not like, it's not a toy battle. Toy battle is the Five of Wands. This is, maybe it's the Six of Wands. I can't remember right now, but it's, you really had to stand your ground, and you got a little roughed up in the process, and here you are still standing. So a lot of patience and a lot of Patience and fortitude. These are the two things that keep coming up this week for just about everybody. Patience and fortitude. Be strong, be patient, be strong with what you have. Wouldn't it be funny if you were dealing with another sign and they were like, they got this same wounded warrior and you're both like wounded and still duking it out? It seems like that's like what's going on with all the signs this week. Anyway, Aries, thank you so much for your likes, comments, and subscribes. They're very encouraging for me, of course, and they also help raise the visibility of the channel so that other people can find these messages too. And I think that's pretty cool. So thank you. Have a wonderful week. Be patient, but look at these new beginnings. Luck is on your side. So if you're feeling like the wounded warrior here, just know luck is on your side. And you're starting a new relationship cycle. So best of luck. It looks like you've got it, so I don't even have to wish it for you anymore. Tarot did that. Tarot is like, best of luck to you, and yes, I'm also granting it.